All right, I said I was going to do some Christmas movies, so we have another one here. This one is actually 20 years old this year. I remember seeing a lot of commercials for this back in 2004, and I remember seeing it probably not until 2005 when it was on DVD and such. Christmas with Kranks, starring Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis, Dan Aykroyd is in this movie, and I believe it is based on a book. I don't know loose how much it's really on the book. What's the word I'm trying to say? If it's loosely adapted or closely adapted. I'm tired. I don't know if you can tell from these eyeballs. I'm tired. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I believe it's somewhat based on a book. Um, and basically what happens is this family lives in a suburb outside of Chicago, which really isn't Chicago, by the way, because you guys know I love Chicago. Um, and this was not Chicago. The first scene is in Chicago. They might have filmed at O'Hare Airport, which I don't even think they did that. Um, and then everything after this is filmed on a soundstage because the winter is essentially snow around trees and a little bit on the set curbs, and that's it. And that is not what an Illinois winter is. So that was the number one thing I had to immediately talk about. But basically, what this movie is about, this family lives outside Chicago. Their daughter is away for the first time on Marine Corps, and they decide that they are going to skip Christmas, that they are going to instead use the money that they spend normally throughout the year and spend it instead on themselves. They're going to go take a cruise, and the community just goes insane. They get in the paper, their coworkers say horrible things about them, stuff like that. Very cartoonish. This movie, I remember watching it going, this is not funny like it's trying to be. There's definitely some moments, but this is very close to something kind of like it's just a very forgettable movie. I think maybe I've watched this movie two or three times. I don't know. I don't even think I have that. I think I watched it the one time and now this time. Um, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I love Dan Aykroyd. I love Tim Allen. So it was a movie I wanted to try watching again. I had no clue it was based in Chicago either. And now that I love Chicago, it was cool going, oh my God, this movie takes place in Chicago. I'm going to love this movie. And then realizing, no, I don't love this movie per se. Um, it's not like a terrible movie, but it is so cartoonish um, and just so silly. I don't know. Maybe times have just changed because I feel like if you spend around $6,000 around Christmas time and your family is just you and your wife now in your house and you decide you want to go spend that money on a cruise for yourself, I feel like people would be like, good for you. Get out of town. Go do that. That is not the case in this movie. Dan Aykroyd goes insane. Kids are like basically trespassing on their property. Um, like it's crazy what these neighbors do. Um, and it's crazy the things Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis need to do to set up boundary. This movie was relatable in the sense that like people don't like when you set up boundaries, and it's so stupid to me. I had this happen actually last night with a coworker that wanted me to pick up her shift. She had texted me four times about it. I literally told her to her face, "No, I've worked 7 days in a row. I need a couple days off." And yet she still texted me. And I gave a big long paragraph very kindly. I did it very respectfully and said, I haven't done laundry. My house is a mess. She texted me at about, I don't know, 3 in the afternoon, 2, 3 in the afternoon. And I was like, I literally have done nothing but clean today. That's all I've done on my day off. So no, I am not going to come in tonight to work for you. I'm sorry that are going to miss this family dinner. But I was like, I have not had dinner with anybody but my dog in 6 months. Well, not 6 months, September. We're getting close to 6 months. So, I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's interesting to see how people react when you set up boundaries. And that's what I really found interesting about this movie. Um, all the characters are cartoonish. Everything that happens in this movie is extremely cartoonish. Um, yeah, just like I just cannot believe that it's so unbelievable that people would act this way because you wanted to do something different than what they wanted to do. Um, And this is part of the reason this movie is a great example of why I don't love Christmas, is because everyone does act this way this time of year. They act like you should be given, hi Chester. Chester's right here, guys. Um, Everyone acts like you should be giving gifts. Everyone acts like you should be baking. Everyone acts like you should be going to parties. You don't have to do that. You do not have to do that. You do not have to get a Christmas tree. You do not have to put up decorations. You do not have to put up lights. That's a waste of money. Um, and that's part of the reason why I hate Christmas. Everyone has this expectation. Even again at work, there's a Secret Santa. I do not want to participate in it. And they're like, well, why not? Because I don't want to. I don't want to go buy presents for people. But they're like, but you'll get a present. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a gift card or something. I can go buy my own gift card. I don't need you to buy me a gift card to a coffee shop. I can just go to a coffee shop. And I'm probably going to spend more money on the person than they do on me. So why would I do it? Yeah, this is more just of a rant. I'm not even talking about the movie anymore. This movie is just me ranting about things that I relate to in this movie. Overall, this movie though is it's just not great. It's not funny like it wants to be. Um, I think Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen and Dan Aykroyd are giving it their all, but it's just not a great movie. It's trying to get some messages in there, but I don't think the messages really go anywhere. Um, I just think at the end of the day, this movie is fine. It's very relatable. I think part of the reason why I'm struggling to talk about this movie is because I watched it 2 days ago and I'm not remembering everything that happened in it. I remember they decide to skip, some shenanigans go down, and then, oh, your daughter is actually not going there. She's going to be coming home for Christmas. It's like, oh, we have to quickly put our Christmas stuff back up or put our Christmas stuff up and do the Christmas thing, even though we said we aren't going to do the Christmas thing, and lie to her. So the moral of this movie is lie to your kids. And the moral of this movie is no matter how badly you treat people, they're gonna help you because people, I guess. I don't know. This movie is just eh. It's not a great Christmas movie. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I absolutely love Jamie Lee Curtis. I like Tim Allen. I like Dan Aykroyd. This movie is just very, very boring. Um, it's a good movie to put on the background if you're at Christmas, I guess, because there is some funny-ish things. There's some things I was chuckling at, but nothing spectacular. Really, the only scene I can say that I was really laughing at was the scene where he gets Botox, and that's in the trailer. Just watch the trailer to this movie; it's better than the actual movie. At the end of the day, it's really not good. It's really, I mean, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. It's not a good movie. I don't recommend this one. This movie is why I hate Christmas. There is no good morals to this movie. There's no good lessons. There's nothing to get from this movie. It's just kind of bad. Um, so yeah, that is my review of Christmas Cranks. 3 out of 10. I kind of went off on rant on life, but comment down below. What things can you relate to this movie as far as boundaries and lying to people and being an butthead to someone and then them still helping you because they're good people. Comment down below. I hope you guys have yourself a great night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and hey, I'll see you next time.